What's up YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of Chet Talks. Today is not going to be like one of my usual talks. Today I'm going to be talking to you about my new Razer Blade. Yes, there is a new laptop on my workstation. Not here yet because I'm going to be doing an unboxing with you guys. MacBook Pro users, widen your horizons. This guy is here to do business. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Razer Blade Studio Edition. This is a beast of a laptop. Admittedly, a little overpriced. Little. I think I'm just going to put the price here somewhere. That makes you sweat, doesn't it? But I have to go through all the disclaimers with you. I'm not being sponsored by Razer on this video. This is a pure unboxing and personal opinion of mine on this laptop, and just to give you a semi-in-depth review of it and maybe help you guys make a better purchase decision. So, can you even see me here? Hello? Oh. Blade 15 Studio Edition, i7 9750H 4K touch display, 32 GB RAM, 1 TB SSD, RTX 5000 graphics card. Now that is the winner for this laptop. Welcome to the cult of Razer. Now that's a cult. You have a cult belonging when you buy a laptop like this. Take that out. In there's a power brick, I'm guessing. Now you can see from this picture, this thing is massive, but it needs to be because this thing can deliver 230 watts. Yes, it's almost the size of my hand, so portability is going to be an issue. Not the easiest thing to carry around, but it's a good build quality, so I'm not going to complain. It's worth it. Can you see that? That's it, peeking out right there. How blimmin' exciting is that? Ugh! Right, I'm going to pull this baby out. Ooh! Wow. Ooh, it's got some weight to it. Or maybe... Meh. Meh. That is a premium box. I don't want to take it out of the box. Ooh, right. Put that there for now. Pouch with, I'm guessing what's like for gamers, by gamers, that seems to be repeating itself everywhere. Ah, stickers. Okay, so there's not much else in the box. Right, box to the side. Ooh. Right, so out of the plastic.
Here's something I found on reference.com. A plastic surgery stimulator is a program that modifies a photograph of a person to show the results of the chosen plastic surgery procedure. Did that answer your question?
I didn't even ask you a question.
Thanks for your feedback.
I swear, Alexa is scaring me more and more these days. Anyway, right, back to it. Oof. Wow. Wow. Feel the weight. Wow, it's got some weight to it. I mean, this is supposed to be marketed as like thin, but like it's not a thin and light device. That's what it's not. It's not marketed as a thin and light device. It's marketed as a thin but powerful device. This is getting to your MacBook Pro territory, if not passing it. Now speaking of MacBook Pro, these specs cannot go unmentioned. 6 cores, 12 threads, i7 up to 4.5 gigahertz. You've got that 16 gigabytes GDDR6 VRAM. This thing is built for professionals, and you can tell just by that clean aesthetic, that clean machined single unibody look. It has that beautiful embossed logo, the Razer logo right on the top there. It's not that horrible green finish that they do on some of their gaming laptops, which is fine. You can keep it for the gaming, but this clean look is brilliant. Let's just have a look at the bottom here. Let's put that down. I've got this really nice like fabric, like mouse gaming mat thing going on here, which, yeah, I don't want to scratch it up, man. I don't want to scratch it. Okay, so down the bottom here, you've got the vents for the two fans. Now this is cooled with a vapor chamber. Now that's something that Razer put on their most premium products just to help with those beast graphics cards that they put in there. So you've got the two vents here with the fans directly there, and then you've got these two, I'm guessing intakes or outlets, I'm not too sure, but this whole strip going along the back here for the venting as well. So this thing needs a lot of cooling, and I guess in some way this sort of aluminium metal body design is going to help dissipate some of that heat, because I hear that these devices can get pretty hot, especially the underside here gets really hot. So if you're going to be using it on your lap, I would say avoid that unless you want fried thighs, and they're not the chicken thighs that you're thinking of, they're your own. So yeah, just be careful of that. Now, as far as ports go, this thing has got a bunch of them. Of course, it is a creator's laptop, so it needs to. On the left-hand side, you have got two USB-A 3.2 Gen 2 ports, as well as a headphone/microphone combo jack. Not forgetting Razer's own proprietary power jack, milled beautifully into that aluminium chassis. As far as the right-hand side goes, you've got even more ports. Full-size HDMI, mini display port, another USB-A port, and of course a USB-C Thunderbolt 3 port. And finally, the cherry on top, a full-size, yes, full-size SD card slot. Mwah! Now when you open up this laptop, you are greeted with this beautiful, clean aesthetic. It's a lovely, lovely workspace to look at. Massive keyboard, massive touchpad. Speaking of the keyboard, this is probably one of the nicest keyboards I've used. The tactile feel, the travel on the keys is perfect. They've got a nice bounce back to them, and of course it's just a nice clicky clicky sound. This does have that really annoying shift key, which, I mean, look, it does get in the way when you're pressing your arrow keys, thinking that you're about to press the shift or you're about to press up, but you hit question mark instead, or you know, it's just something you have to deal with. But look, you can't complain. If you're typing quite often, then yeah, you'll get used to it. You'll get used to it. I think you will. Now, the one thing that I love about this keyboard is the RGB Razer Chroma design that you can do on it. I mean, just look at these colors. I've got it on that spectrum mode where it just cycles through the different colors, but you can have it anything. You've got that ripple effect, you've got the whole fire thing, whatever. You set up your own key. Each key is programmable. I'm really disappointed though in one thing. Why on earth are the actual command keys not lighting up? So I can see number 8, number 9, F1, F2, but I cannot see my volume button. I cannot see my play pause button. I cannot see my brightness button. So when it's dark and I want to turn things brighter or dim them down, I don't know where I'm pressing. I've got to guess. I've got to remember, oh yeah, F9, that's where the bright button is. Like, come on, Razer, why would you do that? This entire keyboard experience is great, minus that shift key, and minus the fact that you've chosen not to light up your secondary keys on this keyboard. That, I think, is cheeky, and I don't like you for that. But I'm going to forgive you because this is still, regardless, an awesome device. The one thing that I love on this device is this huge glass pad, which is running Windows Precision drivers, so you're going to get an amazing touchpad experience with this, so you can't fault that at all. It's huge. It's got that diving board mechanism, which, yeah, it's fine. Have a look at the screen here. I mean, you've got a bit of a chin. It's okay. I mean, it's a 16:9 screen, so you're not going to complain that much. It is 15 inches, so that's pretty big. And it's good enough for your content creation, right? That's what you need. You need a big screen for content creation. And I think if you're going to be looking at any laptop this size, you definitely need to consider a Razer, any of the Razer devices, because they're great for content creation, not only for gaming, but they're really, really good for photo editing, rendering, those sort of tasks that you might think, you know, you might want a desktop PC for. This is essentially a desktop replacement. Right, so I'm going to switch this on, guys, for the first time for you guys. I've already switched it on. The button to switch it on is right here in the right speaker grill. I mean, they could have placed it elsewhere. It does ruin the symmetry a little bit, but look, I'm not complaining. It's perfectly embedded in there. You can't even feel like there's a button there. So hit that button and we get the Razer Blade logo. Nice and neat. This OLED screen, by the way, is amazing. The blacks are blacker than black. Like, yeah, I mean, if you've seen an OLED screen before, you'll know what I mean when I say that the colors are really true. Now right here it's using Windows Hello. Now this Windows Hello feature is amazing. If you want that whole hassle-free, contact-free login experience, which is quick, by the way, it is quick. Right now it's searching for my face, but obviously my face is here. You got the one camera just up there. It's not great. It's a 720p, what is it, 1 megapixel or something like that. It's not a great webcam, but look, at least they put a webcam in there, and you see some of these devices nowadays without even a webcam, and I think that's just pathetic. And the microphones, they're okay. I mean, again, it's the webcam and the microphones, they're mediocre, but they're there just in case you want to use this for like Skype calls and whatever. And in between those devices, just there, you've got an infrared sensor, which the Windows Hello feature uses to log you in. You can log in using the standard other methods. No fingerprint sensor on here. You can log in using the PIN or password as usual. But I'm just gonna show you my first ever experience of this touchscreen. So check this out. Super responsive. Right, and we're in. This is the desktop. This is what you are greeted with. And see what I mean about these really nice blacks here? One thing that does ruin the experience though, people, one thing that really, really just grinds my gears is the reflections. It is a really, really reflective screen, which does actually ruin some of that viewing experience. I mean, look, if you're using it in a bright room, you're gonna find that those really juicy blacks are gonna look a bit grey. You can't avoid it unless you get one of those screen protectors, which kind of like what, those anti-reflective screen protectors. Yeah, you can use that if you really wanted to, but that's gonna then probably dull the touchscreen experience or dull the whole OLED experience. HP do a really good anti-reflective coating. If only they did that on this, I think that would have really, really set off that OLED screen and just made it that extra bit of juice. Where is the juice? You're ruining my juice. But yeah, really good colors though. Look at those colors. I mean, look, I'm gonna turn it back around, but these colors are amazing. I think it's 100% Adobe RGB correct screen. Now that is great, you know, for those color grading tasks and those color correction tasks that you're doing. Amazing, amazing. Can't fault it. It's a nice screen. 60 frames per second this screen is. So for those gaming tasks or those 60 frames per second videos that you're doing, awesome. If you're filming slow-mo stuff and you want to see it in that smooth, silky footage, this is a great screen for it. And I know Razer do some awesome high refresh rate screens out there. So they've got that 120 hertz screen. I think they even do a 240 hertz, which is just insane. But I think the 60 hertz on this is good enough, considering it's 4K as well. That screen, that 15 inches, it's actually 15 and a bit. I'm not sure exactly how much and a bit, but it's definitely more than 15, because it feels, in terms of its size, quite compact. But when you look at the screen, it just looks bigger than it actually is. And I guess that's down to that whole 16:9 ratio, that whole wide aspect ratio, which just makes it sort of envelop your field of vision a lot better. And you know, if you're editing 16:9, perfect, can't go wrong with it. Any video editing, creative content creation stuff that you're doing is going to demand a lot from this laptop, because it can deliver it, but that eats away at the battery. Now, if you're conscious about battery life and if you're really worried about how long it's going to last, I'd say you'd probably get minimum about 2.5 hours out of it on heavy stuff if you had it on battery saver mode. and if you had it on the, you know, the minimum settings, I think you'll be able to squeeze about 5-6 hours out of it. Look, my brother, he's got a MacBook. He's got a MacBook Pro, and I sat this down right next to it, and he looked at it and thought, you know, you get those people who are wedded to MacBook, and they like the design aesthetic. They like that it's thin and light. They like that it's still powerful underneath all of that design. And I think Razer have accomplished that with this device. I have to say, this is one amazing device, and if you are considering buying it, don't buy a brand new one. It's way too much money for that. You can get something a lot better, perhaps like a Dell XPS, or you could get HP Spectre X360 15, maybe 17-inch device, which is just as good, packed with just as much tech. I'm not sure about the reliability. I've not tested this or benchmarked this at all. I have yet to put it through its paces, and when I do, I will report back with a second video and let you know exactly what I think of this device. You know what, guys, if anyone else out there has one of these, let me know what you think, and if you've had any bad experiences with it, something that I should look out for, ways that I can set it up. Let me know in the comments below, or if there's something else that you want me to do a review on and you like this review, let me know. I'll be happy to review it. I'm gonna get it first, but hey, we'll see. I hope you got a lot of content out of that and gave you a good idea on whether or not you want to purchase one of these devices, and if you do, let me know what you think of it, and I hope it helps. If you're looking at any of the other Razer devices as well, I'll probably recommend them, but obviously that's just based on my opinion of this thing here. I will be getting back to you with a review of my Surface Pro 7, which I also got very recently, and I'm very excited to tell you about that. But for now, I really hope you enjoyed that video. I really enjoyed making it. But if you did like it, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share the video, hit that bell icon so you know when I make a new upload, and just leave me some love, guys. I really appreciate the support I've got so far, and I just want to grow this channel and see what things you guys like me to do. You know, I'm happy to talk about anything, so let's see where we can go with this. This channel is there for you guys to help me mold, so let's take it there. This is all down to you guys. Thank you so much. I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.